As is typical during our summer services, we take the collection at the very beginning of the service so that we don't forget it. So right now, the ushers will be taking up the collection for the work of the church, as well as the special people that we donate today to is the Trevor Project. Good morning, and welcome to the First Unitarian Universalist Society of Middleboro, and a special welcome to all those who are watching from home. My name is Viola Fairweather, and I'm a member of this parish, and we are delighted to see so many of you here today to do our farewell to Peter and to send him wonderful good wishes for the days ahead. We wish him many, many blessings. He was amazing when he came to just do a quick visit in August to see some of the friends that he loved. And we just mentioned that we were pretty desperate because we had been turned down by anybody that we wanted to serve us for the next couple of years. And his head clicked, and he said, well, maybe I can do it. Well, he could hardly get maybe out when immediately the Bob Waterman came forth, who was at that time the vice president, and we set up a time that he could sign a contract. And he has been with us ever since. And this year was an especially trying year with Bob's loss. And so many people lost people who were so important to them. Peter lost his brother, and he had to go over to France. Was it France? Yeah. And not understand a word that they were saying for the ceremony. And so we had a little service afterwards and learned about the wonderful relationship that he had with his brother, and we all felt enriched by the Irish heritage that he had. And so when we were trying to figure out how we were going to say our farewells, we knew that it needed to have a real Irish flavor. And so we're grateful, first of all, for all those who wrote in an album for him to take with him with our personal well wishes. There are so many people who helped out today. Cheryl McQueen took flowers from her yard in there on the altar. Sue Zinhotchkis helped me work downstairs this morning. Tony came in, and I gave him a million little jobs to do. He was here, and I just kept asking him to do things and do things. And so I am grateful for all those who helped today. And she will not be happy when I say this, but I am especially happy that Barbara Stevens came to be here today. We all have challenges. Something that is nothing for one of us is a big thing for someone else. She thought it would be horrible to have to ride on that elevator. I ended up riding up and down 3 times this morning, and I kept saying, well, I'm glad the light is going on, so it will be here the whole time when she's here. So now John Mellons has written some lovely poetry over the past year. He did it especially for Bob Waterman's service, and so I asked him if he would do an introduction and the poem for Peter.
Good morning. I've written a poem I'd like to recite for the good Reverend Connolly, a man who was given of his time and talent in every aspect of this church. Even as we look forward to the next chapter of life in this church, we welcome a new pastor in September. I know we will remember Peter with fondness and gratitude. Soon he heads back to Kentucky. After he hears my poem, he might be thinking, not soon enough. Though he is leaving, I say with a nod to his first sermon back in 2022, we hope he will remain an old friend from not too far away. And now, evenfall, a farewell salute to Reverend Peter Connolly. On 7 September in 51, a man was born who would be the one to fill the hole left open when UU's person would retire. 'Twas then the search was on, an interim fit, someone smart with grace and wit, someone who could take the helm and our congregation whelm. Who was this uncommon gent, the person who at last was meant, if only for a year or two, to be our theosophic guru? Irish Catholic growing up, in Dorchester when he a pup, basketball became a passion. A man of great compassion, and yet middle-aged when he made his way to ministry. A student pastor at our UU, Kentucky's UU needs then drew him south. Peter's advent, his Bowling Green ascent. Years later, Peter heard our cry, returning here to occupy our pulpit. So now once more he stands here as in years before. He brought his love of folk tunes, and dare I say some woke croons, as well a joy in watching Cindy. I hear he liked my cousin Vinny. Loves magic, not technology. For that he makes no apology. Bringing skills and knowledge rare imparted in his Sunday fare. Now back to his retirement. Paused for we who now lament the time has come for him to leave. Though missed, we will not grieve. We'd known when heeded he our call, he must return to evenfall. Thank you, Peter.
Good morning. My name is Jim Norris, and the poem I'm reading this morning is called Gratitude is Not Enough by the Reverend Elizabeth Tarbox. The world is full of blessings. I have a home, a family, good fortune, good health. I have a job, a wonderful church family, and people whom I admire and respect to share my work. I have a place to go with my weight of disappointment and water to bathe my hurts. I have the vision of sunrise over the ocean every day and gulls whose voices chorus my song, a choir of chanting whenever I want it. I have memories. I have a heart for breaking and a melting fire in my blood to fracture my sanity and cause me to lie on the floor and cry, to see children hungry, children dealing drugs, children watching violence on television and in their homes. I have a pillow to catch my tears, voiceless trees to monitor my coming and going, and the wind to sing the requiem. I have politicians in white shirts and striped ties to keep guns in the hands of boys in blue jeans and t-shirts. I have drug lords in Cadillacs to keep crack babies in the slums. I have poetry and oceans to remind me of the goddess, and the goddess to remind me of AIDS and prejudice. Well, I refuse to lie down and be good. I will not heal up neatly. Sutures in a row, no scars. No, I will not. I will shout out that I am here and hurting, and I will demand of life that in return my shout decibel for decibel I will speak of justice and kindness and beauty and truth, and I will try bravery, though I am a coward, and I will honor wisdom, though I am a fool. I will find other broken people with divinity shining through their pain to remind me that the human spirit is hard to defeat, that the world is young yet, and we are just an idea, that love is not forever, but a little love once in a while is worth the risk of keeping the door of our hearts wide open. And I look for goodness and know it when I see it, and I see it in you and your children and your dreams, and I can never be grateful enough. Thank you.
And now, if you take your gray hymnal and, oh, the teal, I'm sorry. The 10:10, we give thanks.
If you would open your gray hymnal to the back, the reading is number 512. It's a responsive reading. I will read and you will respond. We give thanks this day for the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations. We give thanks this day for this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons. We give thanks this day for the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. We give thanks this day for our human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live the dignity and freedom. For human liberty and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose. And what is not in the hymnal, we also give thanks to Reverend Peter Connolly.
Hello. Hello, Peter. On behalf of our congregation and friends, I present you with this memory book. We hope you enjoy reading our reflections that express memories and sincere appreciation for the 2 years you served as our minister. We all send wishes for a peaceful, healthy, and joyful retirement. Thank you to those who contributed your thoughts and helped. Vi and Cheryl, thank you for being on my committee. And Vi just told me to let you know that the parish committee voted to give Reverend Peter a $500 gift. So. Vi also asked me to give Peter this book for his summer reading.
If you ever go across the sea to Ireland, and maybe at the closing of your day, you will sit and watch the moon rise over Claddagh and watch the sun go down on Galway Bay, just to hear again the ripple of the trout stream, the woman in the meadow making hay, and to sit beside a turf fire in the tavern or cabin and watch the barefoot gossoons as they play. For the breezes blowing o'er the sea from Ireland are perfumed by the heather as they blow, and the woman in the uplands digging praties speak a language that the strangers do not know. For the strangers came and tried to teach us their way. They scorned us just for being what we are. But they might as well go chasing after moonbeams or light a penny candle from a star. And if there is going to be a life hereafter, and somehow I'm sure there's going to be, I will ask my God to let me make my heaven in that dear land across the Irish Sea.
Good morning. Vi asked me to deliver an appreciation from the meditation group, so with a little help from Diane Reed and Nicola Wilbar, here I am to perform that function. Back in the fall, Reverend Peter announced that he would be leading a new meditation group for our church and community members. Never having explored meditation before, I decided to join and learn more about this ancient practice. Through the past several months, about 10 of us have participated in the group, including some who have deep experience with meditation and others like me who had none. As we have learned over the past 2 years, Peter has a way of making us comfortable because he shares his experiences and learning so genuinely and without pretense. As one member of our group said, he teaches as one of us rather than as the person in charge. He has thoughtfully shared his own insights and practices to lead us forward in our personal explorations. Through the meditation group, we've been open to the many benefits of meditation, feelings of calm and emotional well-being, reduced anxiety, perhaps better sleep, all of which give us the energy and focus to offer greater compassion and empathy for others. Together, we've shared late afternoons and hours of peace and respite in the parlor of our welcoming, in the sunlight of our welcoming parlor. I often rushed into our sessions after a busy day at work with blood pressure pounding and thoughts racing, but after a few minutes of gentle conversation, was able to relax to the point of fighting sleep as we meditated together. Peter wisely instituted check-ins at the beginning of each session, allowing us time to share our daily concerns and joys as we transition to focus on our meditations. We enjoyed the benefit of getting to know one another more deeply and to make new friends, both within the church and from the larger community. Peter has planted the seeds of growth for us, sowing both hope and method to help us live more peacefully with life's never-ending challenges and to be renewed and to move forward with strength and positivity. We thank you, Peter.
Our next song is in our gray hymnal, Just as Long as I Have Breath, number 6.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Peter. Reverend Peter. Well, I want to thank the church on behalf of the community, my part of it. Neil couldn't be with me today, Neil Rosenthal, but we are united in our comments. How much I appreciate Vi and Patty inviting me to offer something to Peter today and to all of you. And I wanted to express great appreciation for the discussion groups in humanism and Buddhism. We were a fractious bunch and wide-ranging in our discussion. We did our best to focus for Peter because he's a very disciplined person and it offers a wonderful focus to us. But I think it was a great couple of months, and I hope we do it again. We just enjoyed coming. I met new friends, I saw old friends, and it was just nice being together again. So I have some personal remarks for Reverend Peter, and then I have a poem, which is an infusion from ancient Ireland to strengthen you on your way. Reverend Peter, with your breadth of reading and pursuit of knowledge, you stand for me in the sandals of those roving Irish monks, searching for truth. Perhaps it is an end to itself, an ongoing journey that is never intended to complete, disciplined but also reflective of something wild and inconquerable in the human spirit, such that all of Europe was illumined by it and forced to deal with its inherent paradoxes. It was such a pleasure to explore these things with you and the group members in these UU discussion gatherings on humanism and Buddhism. I hear you are retiring, but I hope the constraints of being a pastoral leader will fall away to the pursuit of that unbounded spirit of learning you so treasure. It stands for itself. Good luck to you, all of my best. So in this poem is an infusion from my spiritual tradition of shamanism, as I say, intended to strengthen your spirit against all adversity. You have the ancestors here today. This poem is called The Mind of Ireland. Like the great brain of the giant Finn McCool, the massive lobes of Ireland rise the fields like loaves of soda bread abiding in their loft. Beckoning the finger of Jesus inscribes in the vividness of the green the disciplined order of ancient monasteries, as inspiration from the pens of monks washes up to a shore of awakening. The coracles of the saints, among them the great Brendan, launch out to a sea of faith and the vast unknown. Written on the underside of monkish sandals that walked old Roman roads is a learning of bented scholars, peering in the dim light over illumined manuscripts. On the pates of wandering priests, the queer symbols of aged wisdom glow under the stars and expand into the heavens. The knowledge is too big to keep, the land too vast and deep. The giant Finn McCool surrendered it and lay down to sleep.
Good morning. You all know who I am. I'm the famous Tony. I'm here to read some Irish proverbs for Peter's departing. A good laugh and a long sleep are the best two cures for anything. You'll never plow a field by turning it over in your mind. Everything will be all right in the end, and if it's not all right, it's not the end. A kind word never broke anyone's mouth. Our greatest glory is not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. This is a favorite one of Viola's. Do not resent growing old. Many are denied the privilege. May you never forget what is worth remembering or remembering what is best forgotten. And finally, a light heart lives longest. Thanks for the memories. I have to end it in a song. Thank you, Peter.
Peter, Vi told me you like really good magic tricks. Is that true? Are you good with okay ones? Because that's right. I have a warm-up trick, and then I'll do the big one. Here we go. I have a deck of cards here for the visually challenged. They're a little big here. I want you to, you can stay there, Peter. I'm going to shuffle the deck. All right. I want you to pick a card. Any card. Wait a second. Any card at all. Any card. No. Any card. Any card. Anything that jumps out at you. All right. Don't show it to me. I'm going to go to a very disclosed location, and I want you to show it to the audience. Okay? All right. Go ahead. Now, I want you to put it back anywhere in the deck. I'll shuffle anywhere at all. I won't look. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck. Is that your card? That was the easy one. That was the easy one. Now, we're going to do something that's called riffling. This is riffling through the deck. I want you to stop me at any given point, okay? Just say when at any given point. You sure? I can go further. No. All right, take the top card. Don't show it to me. Show it to the audience. Okay, the answer to that is right here in this hat, okay? I'm going to look at the oracle. Let me get my little magic wand. Is it a red card? Yes. Good. Is it a diamond? No. Is he telling the truth? Is it the Jack of Hearts? Jack of Hearts? No. King of Hearts? No. Oh, getting a little warm in here. So the second offering today, you can write your checks out to Presto, the Prestidigitator. You can pass the hat. There you go. All right, thank you, Peter.
Boy, that's a hard act to follow. Kind of. This reading is from Elizabeth Tarbox. It's called Approach to Summer. Summer is an article of faith in beaches and barbecues and suntan oil. We know that Thanksgiving will come because the calendar says so, and Christmas will never pass unnoticed while the free enterprise system is in place. But summer cannot be legislated by elected officials or defined by toy manufacturers. Faith in the coming summer begins when we prune our roses in October or plant peas in March before the snow has quite cleared. It's upheld when we tell our employers in January that we want the first 2 weeks in August off and make an airline reservation for Zurich or book a campsite at Acadia. For me, summer is cycling and the smell of hot pine needles. It's wading carefully into the unaccustomed ocean and feeling the contrast between the chill of my feet and legs and the warmth of the sun on my shoulders. And the awareness of my vulnerability is the hugeness of this liquid world. Summer is a week with my family at Star Island, a magic place that reappears for me each July like some sun-baked seagull-nested brigadoon. Summer is truly an article of faith and an act of God. I pray that your summer will be what you want most from the season. I wish for you warm breezes if you sail, high breakers if you surf, an unlimited supply of number 30 sunblock if you bask, and coals at light with one match if you barbecue. I wish for you an occasional hour with a trashy novel and a butterscotch sundae and an evening without bug bites. And I wish for you love, conversation, and a summer of joy that matches your memories of what a summer should be. We give thanks for times of recreation. Bless us, O Spirit of life, through all the days of our summer, and be with us as we stroll slowly towards September.
And now, Bet Giddings is going to play So Here's to You by Alan Bell.
When first we met, complete awkward strangers, we did not know if we could be friends. How soon we've come for to know each other, and now I know we will meet again. So here's to you and our time together. We'll share with you a parting glass, and we'll bid adieu with some smiles and laughter.
Peter told us last week that we all needed to wear our bathing suits to this service because it was going to be so warm. I didn't quite have the guts to do that. Usually at the beginning of our summer services, when we do the collection, we also share our joys and sorrows. I have a great joy that I want to share with you today. Sylvia Comodata, she was a member of this church many decades ago. I knew her well because we used to have a thrift shop in the steeple. When you climbed up those stairs to the very top, we had all kinds of clothing and goodies that people might want to buy. And she would be there week after week, and we would get a few dollars, but we always felt it was a service. And she gave us a legacy. Mark announced at our annual meeting. Mark, can you tell us the amount that was given?
$100,000 and maybe more to come.
And so, I mean, if some of you don't have a lot that you're living with right now, you may want to give us something in your afterlife so that we can continue the work of this church. It's always been that we have managed to survive no matter what. I mean, when we knew it was going to be hot, people said, oh, there are fans that are up in the steeple that we can bring down. And so people have always managed, and we are so glad that you've been here today. I know that there is someone who has lost a member of their family. Would you come up, Jean, and share with us your sorrow this week?
Yes, I'm so sorry to report that my younger brother passed away. I'm not sure what the illness was, but a month or so ago, he was diagnosed with all kinds of problems, and they never expected him to survive, but pretty hard when your baby brother was gone, but I'm keeping him in my thoughts, and I'm sure that other people are as well.
If there's anyone else that has a joy or a sorrow that they would like to share, come.
Ready to be in good shape for a new minister coming. We did a lot of work in the PC on church governance, on having an organization that a new minister could come in and look at and find a way around. Peter did an enormous amount of work to help us get ready for a new minister, to help us know who we are, what we want in a new minister, and where we want to go. And I want to thank Peter for that.
And my final wishes for Peter come from A Blessing for Beauty by John O'Donohue. And it comes from the book, The Invisible Embrace. May the beauty of your life become more visible to you, that you may glimpse your wild divinity. May the wonders of the earth call you forth from all your small, secret prisons and set your feet free in the pastures of possibilities. May the light of dawn anoint your eyes, that you may behold what a miracle a day is. May the liturgy of twilight shelter all your fears and darkness within the circle of ease. May the angel of memory surprise you in bleak times with new gifts from the harvest of your vanished days. May you allow no dark hand to quench the candle of hope in your heart. May you discover a new generosity toward yourself and encourage yourself to engage your life as a great adventure. May the outside voices of fear and despair find no echo in you. May you always trust the urgency and wisdom of your own spirit. May the shelter and nourishment of all the good you have done, the love you have shown, the suffering you have carried, awaken around you to bless your life 1,000 times. And when love finds the path to your door, may you open like the earth to the dawn and trust your every hidden colors toward its nourishment of life. May you find enough stillness and silence to savor the kiss of God on your soul and delight in the eternity that shaped you, that holds you and calls you. And may you know that despite confusion, anxiety, and emptiness, your name is written in heaven. And may you come to see your life as a sacred sacrament of service, which awakens around you a rhythm where doubts give way to the grace of wonder, where what is awakened and strained can find elegance, and where crippled hope can find wings, and torment enter at last into the grace of serenity. And may divine beauty bless you. Amen.
to say. I never expected anything like this, and I've never experienced anything like this. And I feel a little bit like Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn, who got to watch their own funeral. It's been an honor to be here, and it really has been a pleasure to serve this church. Really, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. There are always rough patches here and there, but there's never been anything that was deeply discouraging. There were so many things that were hopeful, and so many light moments, and so much joy, and really it feels like it's culminating today. So I don't know what more to say except thank you for a wonderful 2 years. Thank you for this tribute. And thank you, Vi, for having the idea and the energy and pulling it all together. And thank you, Bet, for that. It was a beautiful, beautiful song. I wasn't distracted. I had to read the lyrics because I couldn't hear from where I was. And thank you for the gifts and the memory book. It certainly will be a lot to remember. Thank you.